Alright, fellow Overlanders, got another big adventure on tap. Headed to Expo East, but that's not the big adventure. The big adventure is we're going to spend about 5 days getting there, mostly in West Virginia, in Monongahela National Forest, which is one of my favorite places that I've been, and a little bit in George Washington National Forest before we get over to Expo East in Arrington, Virginia. A good amount of the usual suspects along for this adventure. I've got my buddy Xterra Bill behind me. We're gonna meet up with Rick out in Cumberland, Maryland, before we head on down to where we're gonna camp near Parsons, West Virginia. I just love that little region down there with Davis and Thomas and the Dolly Sods wilderness and the Canaan Valley. Awesome place. If you've not been, put it on your list. And then my old neighbor Bill is going to meet us as we transition over to the Seneca Rocks area and spend a couple of nights there before cruising over into Virginia. For some reason, with any expo or Overland Festival related stuff in 2024, we again have hurricane remnants to deal with, but it appears for our destination in the sort of north central part of West Virginia, maybe we'll just have a little bit of extra water in the streams, and it seems likely we're going to see rain for on and off most of the time until we get over to Expo in kind of the later part of the week. So that's what's on tap. Have a good amount of trail rides through the forests mapped out, and have some good friends and some good campfires upcoming. But come on along. For our first 2 nights, we stayed at the Brooklyn Heights campground just outside of Parsons, West Virginia. Now, I usually prefer dispersed camping, but we needed a spot that could accommodate Rick's travel trailer. Brooklyn Heights is a 2-time winner for the best hip camp in West Virginia, and it's easy to see why. With 2,000 feet of riverfront along the Dry Fork River and 34 rustic acres, it gave us the perfect base for adventure. Plus, it's convenient to the picturesque small towns of Davis and Thomas, making it a great spot to kick off the trip. Got ourselves down here to just outside Parsons, West Virginia yesterday, and got camp set up before we got some rain overnight. The sound of the water was quite soothing for sleeping. Had great sleeping weather. Rain stopped, at least for now. We got these 2 adjoining sites. One over there, and my tent's back in here. And then we come down to this site here, and Rick has got his trailer set up there. Bill's pulled in here and has his tent set up back there.
So we're going out on this footbridge, as you can see.
Oh, look at that view.
Huh? Okay. And the sun came out a little bit for us this morning. Isn't this cool as shit? I mean, it doesn't feel too shaky.
Till I start jumping up and down on it.
Yes. Yeah, there's a limit to 1 passenger at a time on this, but
Is that what it said?
No.
You know, the forecast isn't necessarily for rain all day, but it was for overcast and a good percentage chance of rain. Right now it looks great. So we're gonna head over back up into Parsons and get some gas, and then we're going to cruise south down to Elkins before popping back into Monongahela National Forest and working our way along the river back up here to our campsite. Should be a scenic day, if not a challenging one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area, man, I'll tell you. Having spent a week down here, the places where my camp, I mean, there wasn't a bad one in the bunch. They were all free, you know?
After we were about a half mile past that campground, I thought, dang, I wish we would have went up there and seen what it looked like.
Yeah, I thought about it and I was like, okay.
I don't know, the tip's gonna reflect that, dude.
That's right. Gum legs in the third.
You think I'm doing this for the tips?
Yeah.
I love these old fire observation towers, so let's go check this one out. Oh, you need me to go up first?
Yeah.
So you can catch your breath?
I think that's it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, I think this is the view right here. Come on, stand over here.
Where?
We're gonna take a selfie.
Oh.
Come on, David. See if we can get us all. You go stand behind me a little bit. Oh, wait, there we go.
Howdy.
Had a nice little lunch up at Bickle Knob there.
We took a Dodge Dakota V8 motor, pickup truck, extended cab and cut. It was only 16 or 21 inches out of the back and shortened it up. And it's on 42s.
Stopped to see the observation platform, and the view was quite spectacular, even with it being kind of cloudy today. Now we're headed back north towards Parsons. Just gonna continue on this river road. This trip was the perfect opportunity to try out iOS 18's new satellite messaging feature for the first time. I'll have a full video coming soon that dives into how it performed and if it replaces your existing satellite communicator. Stay tuned for that. So I decided to take us off of that river road on X Trail up into this experimental forest here. And I'm glad I did. Instead of just being down by the river, this is like a lot more elevation change and a little bit more challenging, at least the one road we came up. We're headed back over towards our campsite. It's like getting to be about 3 o'clock. Thus far, the rain has held off. Just been kind of gray, not as nice as it was this morning. Cell service lit back up and we were getting notifications about the weather. It looks like 100% chance of rain for the next 2 hours. So I think we're deciding to call it a day here and head back into camp. Look, it's Sasquatch. It's Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So what do we got on tap today? We had a rainy night, and it was our last night at Brooklyn Heights Campground, which was pretty nice. Some nice amenities. I like the fact they had coffee, and they had wood and stuff right there that was for sale, and they had Wi-Fi, and there was actually reasonable cell service there, and it was right by the river, so it was pretty neat. It was a good place to spend a couple of days. We're relocating over to Seneca Shadows in Monongahela National Forest by Seneca Rocks, and I just got off the phone with my other friend Bill, my old neighbor, and he's on his way down to meet us and should get here like mid-afternoon. Had a good evening, even though it rained pretty hard there. I think overnight we got, you know, close to an inch. We're gonna stop at Blackwater Falls State Park. I suspect drought that they had down here for most of the summer is over with the rain that they've gotten this week. Maybe we cruise up to Dolly Sods. I love going through there. It's not far from where we'll be at Seneca Rocks. But if the weather's garbage, but it's hard to say what the weather's going to be up there. I mean, I think rain is rain. I don't think it would get cold enough up there right now for it to be snow. Although, who knows? We're talking mid-60s for highs today. So we'll see. We're going to play it by ear. Being flexible is always key on these. It's good to have a plan, but it's good to be able to adjust based on people's preferences, weather, whatever's going on. But the adventure continues, and we're enjoying beautiful West Virginia. We stopped at Blackwater Falls, which was flowing nicely. Seems that the drought from the summer is over. And just had a nice lunch at the Hickory Dining Room here at the Canaan Valley Resort at their lodge, which is a state park, Four Seasons resort. And I tell you, the food was better than it had a right to be. Like a state park lodge kind of place. We're going to continue on over to Seneca Shadows campground in the shadows of Seneca Rocks and get camp set up hopefully before any rain moves in. And we're going to wait for my other buddy Bill to show up. Yeah, even with the semi-garbage weather we've been having, it's hard not to have a good time down here if you're prepared. You know, you're hanging out with people you enjoy hanging out with. You've got stuff that'll keep you comfortable regardless of what the weather throws at you. And you've got provisions, and you know, that's all that counts. Isn't that what a lot of this is about? So let's get ourselves to camp. We managed to beat the rain thus far over here at Seneca Shadows campground, which, you know, not bad. Close proximity to Seneca Rocks. Zero cell service. But we got ourselves set up here largely.
I'm a nice guy. And Michael Herman says, well, I don't know about that, but you have a nice setup. Hello.
Hola. Greetings and salutations. So yeah, Rich has got his travel trailer set up here. He's all good. We got a couple of tents over here, Bill and I on pads. And I think when my other buddy Bill gets here in, I don't know, any minute. So my old neighbor Bill has arrived. And he has not been to Dolly Sods before, so we decided we were going to come up here. The visibility may not be great, but we're currently taking Forest Road 19 up to Forest Road 75, the highway through the sky that goes along Dolly Sods, north to south. We're gonna run it from the south up to the north. See what we can see what the weather's like. So made it up here on the Dolly Sods. One of my favorite places down here. I don't know, what the weather doesn't look great, but you know, Bill's gonna get an opportunity to see it for the first time, and that counts for a lot. We're gonna see. At least it's not so far like that much colder than down, you know. I'm seeing like 64 is what I got, but that's also probably the high. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go cruise around, highway through the sky, but the sky's all clouds right now. There it is. All right, so my neighbor Bill and I are back from Dolly Sods. We're back here at camp. We're setting up the Easy Up. I got my lava box going.
Tunes.
Yeah, Bill and Rick were good enough to refill my empty propane bottle from nights 1 and 2. And yeah, we got this wall up here radiating the heat back towards us a little bit. And yeah, we're gonna be snug as a bug in a rug, as they say. Doesn't matter what rain comes along. There's a little bit of it on cue. We're gonna figure out some dinner.
He takes us around because he knows all the haunts and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so I said you seem like you know the right spots. That's why I'm...
Yeah. That was, and it was off season too. Like during football season, like
you don't go around.
Yeah, this
going
was
downtown. So go out to Bellefonte or over to Milesburg if you want to.
During. Okay. You can stop me if you already heard this story, but so the tickets became available, and I didn't get the season pass because this year I tried for them and I missed the email. Okay, so I don't know if I told you that. Didn't get it, so then I went on, and of course,
rainy evening, but you know, today's not bad. A little cloudy. Looks like maybe we're going to be getting done with this rain here soon. We got out of camp and we're going to go up to like Spruce Knob and then keep going west into Monongahela before cutting south and going down towards Durbin, I think it's a little town. We'll see, maybe they got some lunch for us down there, maybe we have something on the trail. But yeah, stopped here at this little convenience store, gas station, which is real convenient to the Seneca Shadows campground where we're at, which yeah, it was a good place to spend the night. You know, has running water, shower, flush toilet, no cell service to speak of on any network. All right, well, this is a little different. We're on a paved Forest Service road on our way up to Spruce Knob, which is the highest point in West Virginia. We got a tree down across the road up here. Obviously, we've dealt with this before. Bill's bringing his chainsaw on up. We might need a winch to pull the stump off, but yeah, let's see what's what. The man who's always prepared. That came from a ways up there too. Yeah. All right,
Everybody clear?
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty sharp.
Oh yeah, chain. You got good chain.
Well, they the air filter.
Air filter. Yeah, so we came across that down tree up there. There's another couple of vehicles in front of us that weren't exactly equipped to remove it. So we took care of that with the help of that one gentleman who knows what he's doing with a chainsaw, even more so than Bill. So hopefully there's no more down trees. And we'll just proceed up to Spruce Knob. The one couple, they're I forget what they call themselves, like high pointers or something. I guess they visit the highest point in each state, but they got to actually get to the point, so they need to hike up there. So, and they were from, I think, Nevada, they said. So we saved the day for them a little bit because they're still going to be able to collect West Virginia here at Spruce Knob. That was a little added adventure, which is always welcome, let's be honest, as long as nobody gets injured and stuff doesn't get broken and all that good stuff. Always good to flex those muscles a little bit. Let's see what else today throws at us. Look at the reds pop on those, yeah.
Oh, those are berries, I think, aren't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, right there. Look, you can see.
Here, say it one more time for the. So Bill has a theory on being out in the forest, which I actually kind of
Well,
like.
when you're out in the forest, you're around all these trees that are basically creating the oxygen for the planet. So it feels like there's a higher concentration
Of oxygen.
I feel say it, more pepped up and stuff like that. You feel like you've got a jolt of energy.
Yeah, you can climb that observation tower and
That's right.
do it in half the time.
Well, maybe not half.
Yeah.
You can make it to the top.
Yeah, without having a heart attack. Okay, we had that nice view down there with the trucks. We climbed up to the top of the observation tower, and we can't see a thing.
Can't see a thing. In fact, the best view you had so far is at that little turnout.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. This is
We lost our window.
Maybe if we
blow real hard.
sit up here for an hour or two, we might
Yeah, well, that's
get an
true.
opening.
But anyway,
it's nice to see from that it looks like it's breaking up.
Gotta get the keyboards here.
yeah, but this is the highest point in the state of West Virginia.
That's right.
And what a view it is.
Yeah,
I can see that
Woo.
tree over there,
yeah.
and I can almost see the trail.
It's almost worth the hour we spent clearing that tree off the road.
Almost.
Almost.
Well, it was our civic duty,
It was.
Yeah, I
were.
found it entertaining because I didn't do anything.
because the rest of those people would still be there right now.
Nah, they would have want to turn around.
Right. Well,
Yeah, well, they would have had to. There's another way up, but, you know,
Well, it's about an hour, 2-hour drive.
yeah.
well, the guy in the pickup truck obviously went that way, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
likely. If you had to go through.
Look at this view, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait,
But
let me get a shot of that vista over to that. See, you can see that tree over there.
Well, the view's right here, really.
No, I know. That was my joke.
I mean, I can sort of make out maybe that there's
Land.
some, like, ridge.
Well, what is beautiful here is you remember they're layered.
Oh, yeah.
The mountains
Right,
are layered.
right.
You know.
I have several pictures in that direction.
Me too. They're on my phone,
Somewhere.
so I could show them to you if you want to see what it looks like right here.
If I can just, we can put that in and say this is what it actually looks like.
Yeah. All right, well, we're still going to do the album cover. It's actually better with the mist,
That's right.
right? Yeah, but nobody smile. Like, this one, this is the, you know.
all of Bill's pictures.
I know, but, like, you know, for everybody else, right? And I'm the most guilty, so.
What? You don't.
Got a little bit of a break in the clouds when we were on our way up to Spruce Knob, so we did get some nice, partially obstructed by clouds, vista up there. It's actually turning into a nice fall day here. The sun's out, there's a bit of blue sky. We're gonna head over to, Spruce Knob Lake, have some lunch and figure out the rest of our day, since we lost about 45 minutes or an hour with that tree cutting down. Yeah, it sure looks like the sun, doesn't it?
That bill, give you that oxygen. Okay. Now she's a nurse.
Prefers that, I guess, huh?
What's that?
She prefers that over.
Less the tort. You know, the malpractice was
Gotcha.
high because everybody's sued
Do
crazy.
you have to have your own? Like if you
Yeah.
work for. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
So we had a good lunch at Spruce Knob Lake. We are going to go out to the, South Laurel Fork Wilderness.
say, you better have a landline on here, 'cause you ain't gonna get phones on. That's right.
Very cool.
I mean, it's opening up, so it, hopefully
Over the worst of it.
yeah, that maybe by tomorrow we'll start seeing some real regular sun.
Dave, did we just come through all this down here below?
Yeah, we did come like from that direction, yeah.
That Middle Mountain Vista is probably one of the more remote purple lizards that I've picked up. And a little further on down, we came past Middle Mountain Cabins. I gotta remember to look that up because it's pretty cool back in here. You're really back in the Monongahela National Forest back in here. I mean, you better not have forgotten anything because it's going to take you a while to get out to some kind of general store or something. But it's one of the things I love about this forest is just it's so big. That's one of my favorite things with any of this, driving around on forest roads and just looking for vistas and that kind of stuff, is that when it feels like you can drive around for days in a forest, that's like one of my favorite forests. So out of the forest, back onto 2 Lane Blacktop, headed back to our camp at Seneca Shadows. Had a good day exploring, a little bit of adventure with that down tree, and it's spitting rain here again. We can't seem to completely get away from it, but I mean, we had some sun. It wasn't a total washout, and we had a good time.
All right, so our last day and night before we roll over to Expo, we did manage to break camp in dry conditions, although everything's still damp. It rained all last night. The rest of the crew stopped over at the general store. I'll be there shortly. I just want to get a couple pictures of Seneca rocks here since it's not as cloudy as it's been. National Forest now. We stopped over at Seneca Rocks so I could take a couple pictures. You should get to camp, and this one doesn't take reservations. Was it Todd Lake? So hopefully we can, be some of the first people there and get a couple of spots. Rich has some friends that are also trying to camp there. And I've got a plan B and a plan C, and there's actually a plan D if none of that stuff works out. It's our last night before we roll into Expo, and we're going to meet a bunch of other people. We should have a big crew over there this year, and that'll make it basically a party. At Lake Todd recreation area, and there's a campground here, no reservations, but we got ourselves here in the middle of George Washington National Forest in Virginia. Be here for tonight, and then gonna roll into Expo tomorrow morning. We got 2 sites. Got me and my neighbor Bill back over here. Got other Bill and Rick over here. And Rick knows some people that are going to show up a little bit later on this evening. So we're just going to chill.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're breaking.
I just have to
You're
say,
baking bread like that.
this is
In
ridiculous.
That, you need to quit what you're doing.
Once again, the rain has followed us, and it's just,
For it, that's when
it's coming down again.
You got to make a living out of it.
Yep.
There you go.
I mean, again, we're well prepared, but this is ridiculous, Dad. Bill's over here making. Well, what's up, Bill? What are you making for us tonight here?
This is going to be, this is the garlic cheesy bread that I'm going to do in the Dutch oven tonight, and then yeah, we'll do meatball hoagies and garlic cheesy bread. It's a nice comfort food.
Yeah. See, this must be a real Overland channel now, because now we're talking about food. As I've said once before when we did the Eclipse, your Dutch oven stuff warrants some special coverage. There you go. As darkness settled in at Todd Lake, Tim and Heather rolled in just in time for dinner, and Heather came through with some amazing cookies, shaped like everything from tents to campfires. With morning on the horizon, Bill and I opted to skip the tents and cowboy camp under the canopies, keeping things simple for an early start. It's a good time.
Yeah, so that's why.
Good morning. We are on the road after a good night, and we are rolling into Overland Expo East today.
Down at Expo East now. They've also gotten a lot of rain, so as we set up, we're going to have an opportunity to watch some mud recoveries, it seems. We picked up Jenny and Pete, and they got their new trailer, and if need be, Pete can bring his beach recovery service down here to help out. So we're going to get camp set up. Smitty's already breaking open he's got his Sam Adams already. Good man. All right.
Gonna watch your show.
That's what I'm talking about, man. We're gonna get our tents and stuff set up, and we can sit around and watch people get stuck in the mud all day till happy hour. So what did I say about Pete's beach recovery? He's out here with Stompy. We're turning into Pete's mud recovery for this event, at least for today, because it's a little muddy out here, and some of the bigger rigs are just struggling. The weight, they're kind of sinking in. So Pete got some rewards for his assistance this time.
Long Island beer, Narragansett. I've been seeing these trucks around. I've never had one.
I've had them. They're okay.
Are they?
Which one is that the Pilsner or the?
Sold on merit, the famous Narragansett, made on honor, since 1890. Beer of the clam.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, you've got that. I've got some Almost Heaven Amber Ale from West Virginia. It's like
I have like 3 different kinds of IPA.
Oh,
so yeah, we're good. And Irish whiskey.
Yeah, we got plenty of whiskey, man.
Nice.
Nice. Good job. Good job. After arriving at Expo, we wasted no time setting up camp. We spread out all our gear to dry in the warm sun while our solar panels worked on recharging the batteries. Meanwhile, we took the chance to recharge ourselves and get ready for the days ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to try out some of these Ineos Grenadiers, right, Jenny?
Oh yeah. Let's see what this is like.
Measures your temperatures, even gearbox and rear transfer case. This is if you go somewhere that you haven't been before, you can set your little your markers, your app's actual coordinates are right here.
That's nice.
And then just keeps track of all the charging, so you know how much voltage you're.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, I love what you guys have done with the interiors. Yeah, here comes Smitty. He's coming up over this thing now. I'm not diving too deep into Expo this time around, since I did a full video on Expo East 2023 last year. Link in the video description. But I will say there were some great classes, a few standout rigs, and I ran into some folks from the overlanding community that I don't get to see often. It's always nice to reconnect and catch up in person. We also met up with Mark, who I first connected with at last year's Expo and later joined us for the Cape Lookout adventure. This time we got to celebrate his birthday while we were here, which made the weekend even more special.
Everybody in front of us. We're the tall guys. Who's tall guy?
I can lean down a little bit here. We're the girls.
You're good.
All right.
After we snapped this group photo, most of our crew headed their separate ways, leaving just a few of us to wrap up the adventure. We spent the day driving Yamaha side-by-sides, packing our tents, and finished the night cowboy camping under the stars. The foggy sunrise the next morning was the perfect send-off for our drive home. The fun and camaraderie on trips like these are what keep me coming back for more. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us for the next adventure. Until next time.